in the 70s, when I started the first Audubon chapter in Bend, the old Central Oregon Audubon Society, we had an impulse to start building nesting boxes. And we actually set a record for a 1 day's building of a whole set of bluebird nesting boxes. And one of the things we found out right off the bat was how predacious the scrub jay and the Steller's jays are. So we had to take every one of those boxes and add this little piece right outside the hole, so the jays could not reach through this and the box to get to the babies. And that solidified the importance of nesting boxes in my heart and in my knowledge and in my head, and away we went. Well, I did not want to spend a whole lot of money purchasing plywood. And then I was driving down the road into Sisters one day, and I saw these people building a house, and they were using plywood. And I saw them cutting off boards and throwing the cut-off pieces in a pile. So I went over to them and I said, "Hey, could I have that pile of plywood when you guys are done?" "Oh," they said, "sure, we just take it out to the landfill and throw it in the scraps." I said, "Wonderful, I'd like to use it to make birdhouse nesting boxes." Once you have got your plywood and you get it together, then you make up your mind what kind of a box you're going to build for what species of bird. And then you consult this. Inside there are the sizes of the box, the size of the hole, where it's going to go. And the first thing I do is make the back of the box. And on the back is the mounting board. And I put the mounting board on that back piece, the very first thing. And then I take it into the shop, and if the screws are sticking out, I grind them off on my grinding wheel and just get them all flush. And then that's done. So this is very important. And I also drill the holes in the ends and get those all set. I drill the holes like this, not like this. I like to drill them like that, so that when they go into the tree or building, they're going to be really tight. It's going to hold that box on there. Now, when you build these boxes, nesting boxes, you got to make sure that the two sides are identical, because the two sides sit on the outside of the floor. And the floor, you'll notice, has notches in it. And that's to let any debris out the bottom, or if water happens to get in there somehow, it'll get out of here. And that lets the eggs won't fall out the bottom, but the debris will. And then when I get to this point, I've got both sides on, secure to the floor, secure to the back. Then I add the front. And the front goes right in between the two sides. And it sits right in there, just as nice as can be. And I get it lined up. I've got two holes on each side for two nails. And these nails are hinge points, is what they are. And this is to able to open the door up, and there we are. That one we put in flush. Turn the box over. And these are old roofing nails. And that one goes in, and they're pre-drilled so that they will go right in and allow the box to swing on the nails. Now this other one, this is shorter, and it's only a keeper. That's all it is. It just keeps the box, the front, from opening. And when I go back to check the boxes to band the babies, I take a pair of needle nose pliers with me in my pocket, and I just use those to lift this out, and then I just reach inside and pivot the front open. After the birds have left and they're on their way, I want to clean it. So that's what I do. I just take this nail out, hinge the front open, take out all the debris, and then the last thing I do is put the roof on. And I've got, in the roof, I make it with these corners cut off here. That'll save you from hurting your head. Oh, I've hit these boxes so many times. And I put the roof on, and we're in business. For northern pygmy owls, one of the best places where there's going to be people. Incidentally, you notice I'm putting in 4 nails. Those nails are only to line this roof up so it doesn't go anywhere when I screw it on. The screws are much better than nails because the nails work their way out in the wintertime. They freeze thaw, freeze thaw, freeze thaw, and the nails work their way out. But these screws don't go anywhere. Well, if everything goes the way I've got it planned, Conrad, my dear friend out at Camp Sherman, is going to put this box up in his backyard facing the north and the meadow so that we can have the box there for the owl when it shows up in the spring. Time. Spring is the best time to do this, and that can be any time in our part of the country from February the 15th on. If you get your boxes, nesting boxes up by February the 15th, that's when birds start coming back. So I hope that this northern pygmy owl box has helped to get you inspired, and I hope that you'll be able to go out and find a builder and tell him you want to make some bird houses or nesting boxes, and he'll say, oh sure, I'll save it for you, because if he doesn't, it'll be the first one. Anyhow, okay, I'm gonna get up out of this back if I can. There I go. Oh. When you get to be 92, things happen a lot slower. All right, have a good time, guys. Toodaloo.